What is going on, gamers? Today, we're jumping into another video. We're going to be talking about Pokemon Gold version. This is a game, my favorite of all the Pokemon games, is Gold version. And it takes me back to the old school memories of staying up later than I should have, past my bedtime when I was little and stuff. And, catching Pokemon and playing Pokemon. I mean, my parents, they didn't even want me to play Pokemon. Like, I was not grounded from it, but I was like told I wasn't allowed to play Pokemon growing up. So, it's it's kind of ironic. It was a lot in the early 2000s. There was a lot of anti-Pokemon type stuff to where a lot of religious Christian groups and just different churches and stuff just said Pokemon is a demon game. Ooh, you can catch Pokemon. What are you gonna do? But I play Pokemon Go. Gamers would get that reference. And Pokemon is just where the cool kids play video games. And with Sword and Shield coming out soon, I'm just gonna start talking about my old school Pokemon memories, just for fun. So some of my best memories from Pokemon Gold version was the bug catching contest. This was like the definition of what I loved about Pokemon Gold version. I loved Goldenrod City the most out of that game. Goldenrod City is just such a big city for such a old game and such a tiny game like that that it deserves a lot of praise. Goldenrod City. And the memories I have in that city, just walking around looking for Pokemon at night, watching the lights and the windows glow up in Goldenrod City. That is a very good memory. And staying up really late, using my DS light just to light up the Game Boy, so I could see the bug catching contest, the first one I ever did, and I caught a Scyther and I won the contest. I think stuff like that, that's some of my best memories from Goldenrod City. A lot of people remember Goldenrod City for Whitney, the hardest gym in the fucking game. Actually, in all of Pokemon, she's a tank. She's a mill tank, in fact. Okay, that was not a good pun at all. I'm sorry. I apologize. I apologize, gamers. But you know, Whitney is a tough trainer to beat. A lot of people say, "Oh, I had no problem with Whitney. She was easy." But the pro gamers who speedrun the game and they didn't level up, you know the struggle. I know the struggle. We all know the struggle of Whitney's Miltank and rollout. I think when I was little, because I played Pokemon Gold when I was like 7 or 8, somewhere around there, for the first time, and I'm pretty sure I cried when what's her name, Whitney beat me. I think I cried when Whitney beat me like 5 times in a row. It's like, oh my goodness, how is this happening? Now, I don't care about games anymore, so I don't care. I know my brother, he's like, what is it, 15? He'll still cry over video games, which is pretty pathetic. Like, I get it when you're like 8 years old. I don't get it when you're like 15. But, when I was like 8, I cried over Whitney beating me in Pokemon. And, I don't know. That's a good memory because once you beat Whitney, she cries, and it's just kind of ironic because you shed some tears, she shed some tears, and you're all just crying together, overcoming that hurdle. I think Whitney, though, as much as that gym was difficult, I think that gym is really a good lesson. It really is. For Pokemon, it is a good lesson that not all things come easy. You have to work to get better. And I think Whitney, she's a hard gym, but being a kid and learning that the hard way and beating Whitney for the first time is just a really satisfying thing. And it just makes you feel really good once you beat Whitney in Pokemon. And then, how could I forget the pro gamer in Pokemon Gold version? You have flippin' Shuckle in Pokemon Gold version. Like, you don't fuckle with Shuckle. My profile picture is Shuckle. Like, a lot of people ask me if Shuckle is my favorite Pokemon. He's actually not. I just chose Shuckle as my profile picture because I felt like it randomly one day. But, Shuckle's not my favorite. I think my favorite has to go to Zapdos or Scyther, just because those have the most impact on my life in terms of Pokemon, just from my memories personally. So that's why those are my favorites. First ever Pokemon game, and a lot of you guys might say, what was your starter? What was the first Pokemon Raider and I ever chose? It's gonna come to a shock, but I chose Chikorita as my starter. I don't know why. I just thought it was cute. I don't know. Don't judge me. Shut the fuck up. You chose it too. Shut the fuck up. Or you chose Cyndaquil or something. I don't know. Totodile was my second choice, actually. I think I chose Totodile my second run through it. Because I know Cyndaquil, or not Cyndaquil, I know Chikorita didn't last very long. Because my game, I think I deleted it by accident and made a new game by accident or whatever when I was first playing Pokemon. So, or I didn't save or something like that. So I lost Chikorita pretty early, and I think Totodile was my main guy that I used through Gold as my starter. And it was with Totodile that I actually did the bug contest and got Scyther. And I think with Totodile, I got it for Alligator, and I think I made it past the Ice Gym by a little bit. And I know I did Lance and the Team Rocket stuff, but I never beat Gold version with that Totodile. I think it's a sad thing, but my Pokemon Gold version cartridge just randomly broke one day. Like the cartridge itself just wouldn't turn on anymore, and I lost all my progress. I lost all my memories from that game, and I didn't play it again until emulation got popular in like about 2014 is when I started getting big into mobile emulation for video games and stuff. And I played Pokemon Gold for like the first time in 5 years or something like that. And I finally beat it with my emulation run with a Cyndaquil. It wasn't with Totodile. So I've played with all three of the different ones, and I think that's something interesting. At first you didn't succeed, and then you slowly, defeated Red, the great champion. I just love Gold version, and I don't know. It's just a lot of memories from that game, and I think that's why it's my favorite Pokemon game. Until Sword and Shield blows it out of the water, hopefully. That'd be really cool. If Sword and Shield can blow that game out of the water, I wouldn't complain at all. I'd actually be like really happy because I really want to see Sword and Shield just be really good. And it looks good. It looks like they're going in a whole new direction with this one, and they're trying to, go back to the old ways of, not making it all about, ooh, friendship with Pokemon, oh my goodness, the adventure. It's more about the story, and it's more about the characters, and I think that's really the direction I wanted Pokemon to go, because a lot of my best memories in Pokemon were from just the characters and like the world. I love the world of Pokemon. The Pokemon themselves, they are great, but without the characters supporting them, it's just not the same. And I think Sword and Shield is going to change that a lot. And I think when we get these new characters like Leon, Hop, Marnie, and all these other characters they're adding in this game that look really interesting, it's just going to make it a lot better. And not Sword and Shield, Sun and Moon tried to add some pretty cool characters, and they did okay. But I just think Sword and Shield is going to take that next leap that we needed, and it's going to be cool. And yeah, I don't know. I just wanted to talk about Pokemon. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, smash the dislike button, and let's flip and get 5 dislikes. Peace.